Hey TikTok, how's it going? Um, so quick update before I get into the main topic today. So today, I am actually okay. Touch wood. I've been using Protopic pretty much every day, once a day on my face. On the body, steroids very sparingly, and only using hydrocortisone on the body. Trilicoumab is really doing its job, and it's really working well. I do rub my eyes at night. I'm trying not to take cyclosporine eye drops if I can, but I think I'm going to be. I think I'm going to need to start taking them soon, just because I can feel my eyes getting really dry, really irritable. Um, so today's topic, by the way, my injection is due tomorrow. My trilicoumab, Adbury, ad trouser, whatever you want to call it. So today's video is going to be about weed. Um, Weed and eczema, or weed and TSW. I've had weed. I've vaped a lot of weed, and I've even done it when I don't vape or smoke it anymore. Completely off it now. But and I used to smoke before, cigarettes, and I drank a lot before, but now I don't. Just because I don't want to. I've got kids; they require a lot of attention, and also when I do smoke, drink, vape, whatever, it's very very apparent on my skin. Um, so weed. Some people say it helps their eczema. I didn't find it did. Again, my motto is I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm only going to tell you what's worked for me or what's not worked for me. You kind of make up your own mind. Um, for me, I thought weed was helping for a long time, but it really wasn't. So when you smoke weed or vape weed, whenever you're high on weed, people love it because it relaxes them, heightens their senses, gets them talking, gets them confident, depending on what strain you smoke or vape. For me, it really, really chilled me out, and it also enhanced every single sense of my body. So if I was watching a movie, I would be fully immersed in that movie. Even if that movie was okay, I would love it. It would be amazing, like best movie ever, right? If I'm listening to music, again, I am fully immersed in it. I am completely inside that music piece or whatever it is. Um, if I'm eating, and I love everything I eat, even if it's drinking water, cold water just tastes amazing when you're high on weed. Everything is amazing. Everything is just enhanced, and it just feels so good. Whatever you're doing, if you're playing a game, you're completely in that game. You are in the moment. You're fully enjoying that moment. Um, when it comes to eczema, and I used to have scratching episodes, it really was intense. As in, I would scratch and I would be really enjoying that scratch, right? It would just, I mean, it's the best feeling ever. So, whatever you're doing on weed, even if, your other half and you're enjoying yourselves, and that's fine, because that is a pleasure and it enhances that pleasure. Um, so when you're scratching, that is a pleasure. For people who've got eczema, it's a bittersweet moment because you scratch it and it feels amazing. But as soon as you stop scratching it and that itch goes away, you're left with that horrible, horrible feeling of a flare up, of open wounds, blood, ooze, whatever it might be. And weed just enhances that tenfold. It's really, really bad. For the longest time, I kept telling myself it's great. It helps me. It helps me focus. It helps me concentrate for work. But no, it really doesn't. You think it does. You really think it does. And if you are considering stopping weed, or if you're um, not really smoking it, but occasionally partaking in it, honestly, stop. It's just not worth it. It's going to rob you of your ambition. Um, with me, I would just scratch relentlessly when I was high. Like, honestly, you couldn't stop me. And my nails just weren't enough. I needed something more. And I used to find various objects to scratch with. I've used, excuse me, I'm not going to give anyone ideas, but I've used, like, pretty much anything to scratch with, just because it feels amazing. So, look, if you've got eczema, if you've got psoriasis, if you've got anything that causes an itch, definitely with TSW, don't smoke weed. In fact, at one time, I was recovering from a broken leg, and I had some weed. I was like, you know what, screw it, that's going to help. Oh my God, that really enhanced the pain of that broken leg, because it was only it had only been a couple of weeks since I'd broken the leg, and I decided to get high, and me walking around my crutches with my leg, sort of the bones screwed together with a metal plate. And I was completely high just because I hadn't done it for ages, and I did it, and it was like, no, it wasn't nice, it wasn't good. So if you are considering or smoking weed, honestly stop. Alcohol is also bad, but I'll probably do another video on that. But yeah, weed is definitely a no-no. It also dehydrates you. It dehydrates you to no end. That's why you end up with cotton mouth or dry mouth, and you drink loads of water. Or smoking weed. I'm not going to preach. In fact, I already did. But look, my advice to you is don't do it. For me, it was really bad, and when I stopped getting high, my eczema was better. It wasn't overnight, so don't expect an overnight, success story, but it definitely helped. So there you go. All the best.